Good morning, students. Students, today we are again ready with a new topic for class 12th, explanation of a poem in elementary school classroom in Assam. Before explaining this poem to you children, I want to discuss few things. As that, have you ever visited a slum area? If not, then at least you would have seen slum areas. You would have heard about slum areas. You must be aware about the conditions of the slum areas. Another question. Have you ever visited any primary school? If not, then at least you would have heard about the primary schools. You would have seen a primary school if not visited it properly. And if you know the conditions of the primary school and the slum areas, so you will easily be able to correlate the conditions of the students who are being described into this poem. Now, before starting with the poem, I want to explain something about the poet also. Children, the poet Stephen Spender was a famous English poet, but one thing which is special about his poetry is that he always tried to talk about inequality and injustice into his poems. Not only in his poems, in fact, into all his essays which he has written, he specially talked about these two things. That was inequality and the way the people do injustice. These two things have been described. Now, that inequality can be onto any kind of ground and injustice can be also of any kind of ground. But here in this poem, it is specially due to poverty. It is specially due to the reason that people are not aware about their rights, about the justice which should be given to them. Now, in this poem, such children who belongs to slum areas and who are studying into a primary school have been described by the poet. Now I think the basic concept is clear into your mind. You know now that what kind of discussion we are going to have. Now I think it would be easy for you to understand the poem described by the Stephen Spender. Now let us talk about the poem, children. Far, far from gusty waves, these children faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn around their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper-seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunned, unlucky hair of twisted bones, reciting a father's granddad disease. His lesson from his desk, at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes lives in a dream of squirrel's game in tree room other than this. Before moving further, children, first I want to explain you only this part of the poem. Let us now begin right from the beginning where the poet says, far, far from gusty waves. First thing, the poetic device in the first phrase used, far, far, that is repetition. Now, these children have been described far away from the gusty waves. When we say gusty waves, that means the waves which are full of mud, the waves which are very beautiful to see, or a way the nature have been described. So that means these children are far away from the nature. These children faces like rootless weeds. Now, again, another poetic device is used here. When we say like rootless weeds, that means the children are being compared to the rootless weeds with the use of the word like. So, the poetic device used here is simile. And what is the meaning of the weeds? Unwanted plant is the meaning. So, the poet wants to say that the way some unwanted plants which grow by their own, the one who are not taken care properly, are the conditions of these children also. That means the children of slum are being compared with the rootless weeds. The hair torn around their pella. They have uncombed hair. Their hair are scattered. So, in these two lines, the poet described the conditions of the children who are sitting into the slum classroom. They say, and that the children are far away from the nature. They are very dull, like the rootless weeds, and they have uncombed hair. And among those children is sitting a tall girl. The tall girl with her weighed down head. The tall girl describes here that maybe the girl is elder than others who are sitting in the class. That is why the girl is tall. So this girl who is elder than other children who are sitting in the class is sitting with weighed down head. Why her head is weighed down? It is not because she has some weight into her head. It is because she has some responsibilities over her head. Maybe the responsibility of earning a livelihood for herself and maybe for the family also. It may be that she has the responsibility to take care of her younger ones, right? So due to that responsibility, due to that burden which is there on her, her head is weighed down. The paper seeming boy. Metaphor is used here, children, because